For a person who's just been diagnosed with osteoarthritis, I have lots and lots of words of advice and encouragement. It'll depend on them as to what they choose to do. Some of the things that I would recommend would be to make sure that they get a good support team around them. The health, I guess you would call them the health professionals team, probably the family doctor, specialist, physio, dietitian, whatever that group is, it's critical so that they are getting the correct sources of information. I also think that having supportive people around you as part of your family is a very positive thing to do. And if people are not supportive, let them go. If they make comments that are not appropriate, you might have to let them go. The other thing that I would say is that you need to pay attention to diet, exercise, getting proper rest, and also focusing on what you can do and letting go what you cannot do.
Management's the key, and staying away from hospitals, from my perspective, is paramount. Having said that, a number of folk that I know have had knee replacements and what have you, and they're doing very, very well. But just from my personal perspective is that you've got a condition, there will be limiting factors, live within those limiting factors and try and do as much as you can to mitigate the limiting factors.
Exercise, gentle exercise, keep your weight down, wear sensible footwear, and don't let it govern your life. Don't dwell on what you can't do what you can do. And try and get a sense of achievement out of what you do manage to do each day, no matter how little it is. And if you have days where you think, oh, look, this is just too much, I can't do this and I can't do that, it's not the end of the world. There's always tomorrow, and you might get to do like good vacuum in the house or just minor things, but that's the thing, you've got to try and be positive about it, or depression will get the better of you. And have a garden. If you've got a garden, get out in the garden as much as you can. Gardening's good. Have a dog, it's good company.
It's not the end of the world. It's just a matter of getting your mind around the fact that, it's going to be painful and restrictive, but you've got to sort of get on with your life and, not let it bother you as much as it probably should.
Try to think in terms of, yes, well, what can I still do? And also probably don't fight. Not use the why me, but why not me. It's part of life. Accept and live with it. And I think the last piece of advice that I would give them would be to be careful about the information. Evaluate it. Be wise. There's a lot of information. There's also a lot of misinformation around about treatments and things that they could do. So they've got to be judicious about what they believe, and they actually evaluate things carefully.